Have you ever had someone hit you with the science says, but they're talking about one study or one public health official's opinion? Well, for all those people out there that are Bible thumpers about the science says, check out this piece from a couple of goofballs from Flagrant 2.
More or less kind of points to what he was saying.
Yeah.
And there's conflicting studies, like there is with science in general.
Yes.
So he brought up his study, and someone else brought up a different study, and like it's not for them necessarily to figure it out, but to have the conversation, I don't see it as dangerous.
Yo, this whole thing about like trust the science is just so funny because like my mom went into a doctor once and said, the doctor said, you'll never be able to have kids, you have a thyroid issue, right? She didn't trust the science. She got a second opinion. And the second opinion was like, no, just take these pills, you'll be able to have kids, everything's fine, and now we're born.
My mom had a doctor tell her she needed a hysterectomy. She didn't need one at all. She's about to get her, if you just trust the science on one guy, a doctor, same kind of motherfucker that will write this letter, I'm going to get as a woman, I would get my entire uterus taken out when I didn't have to. She was fine. A fucking hysterectomy is crazy. Hey,
So,
you can't have kids. Crazy. Yeah, you can't just blindly trust everything science says because science gets shit wrong. You should question it. I think pushing back completely and saying, oh, science is all bullshit because they got one thing wrong is also crazy.
Yeah.
But it's okay to be a little bit questioning and say, I don't know about this yet.
Science says some of us will like lose our hair, and we haven't done that. You know what I mean? A lot of people in here still got their hair.
Yeah.
And that's science.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Hair looks absolutely gorgeous. Wait, why are you bringing that up? Do we have a keeps ad or something like that?
Nah, I don't know.
We do have a keeps ad, though.
That'd be a good segue into a keeps ad right there. That was fucking brilliant.
Hey, mark that, Brett. Hey, well done.
No, but yeah, go Al.
I think this is a good example of just how we all live in our bubbles.
Yeah.
Because he found, Joe Rogan found information that
supported his belief.
Yeah. And then the doctor or whoever that guy was on, Malone, he comes on with information that supports his beliefs.
Right.
And it's like, you can pull up both articles and they both say different things.
So maybe this is like a reason why we shouldn't immediately trust the science.
Dude, science constantly disagrees with each other.
And maybe this is why we need to have many more conversations and listen to many conversations before we decide to have one opinion. The problem is that human nature, we're not looking for information, we're looking for confirmation.
That's right.
But maybe that's something we have to unlearn, right? So instead of going, hey, let's curate every bit of information for all human beings so they can all think the same way about something, maybe we should start saying, hey, go out there and read a bunch of shit.
All right. So, here you go. Not medical doctors, not scientists, but they understand one simple fact that most people in society cannot handle. I'm going to challenge you to something right now. Be okay with open loops. What does that mean? Open loops is when you get a new piece of information and it doesn't match up with your prior beliefs, and now it leaves a gap in your understanding of how the world works, you work, your life works, whatever it is. The problem that we have seen with the pandemic and everything happening is that people get frantic and they get irrational when they get an open loop. Human beings are uncomfortable with space and uncomfortable with uncertainty. I mean, people would rather pick the certainty of misery than the misery of uncertainty. And that blows my mind. So let me give you an example. This is why marketers make so much money. This is why D-bag marketers on social media have these mega followings and everybody listens to them that's in their following. And the reason is because marketers, not all are bad, marketers find a weakness in your belief system and push on that weakness. And then when it opens up, when it breaks, right, or something they see or hear opens a loop in their belief system, then marketing swoops right in and plugs the hole with a false narrative. Things like, if you don't wear this dress, you're not attractive enough. If your ring doesn't come from here, it's not nice enough, right? So marketers are really great because they know that humans are uncomfortable with uncertainty. So we have to understand everything right now, right away. And because of that, we will take any narrative. It doesn't matter whether it's good, bad. It most of the time is irrational. It's a false narrative, and we'll fill it to fill the gap in our lives. So I'm challenging you, everybody out there, anytime that you read a piece of research, and it'll open a loop. And if you run to your local influencer who's very narrow-minded, celebrity who really isn't invested in it, one doctor with their narrow-minded of practice, right? Anyone, public health officials who are promoting a narrative, and you really quick hurry up with whatever you hear and fill it, just like what your political party tells you to do. Oh, fill it with whatever the Democrats say or whatever the Republicans say. You're going to have all these false negatives, and you're going to look very strange because the way that you're going to live your life isn't going to really be in alignment with the truth that you discover over time. And science constantly do this. Look how many times it's failed us. And then when you buy into a narrative and then find out that narrative is wrong, most people hang on to the narrative because they don't want uncertainty. So they bite down harder and they bite down harder. And that's why you get these ridiculous things about people going against what is clearly long-term science, right? And then people picking up one piece of research that's new and saying this is the gospel. And that's what happens, right? So what I want you guys to do, and the challenge that I make for all of you, all right, with functional medicine, with the way that you live your life, with the things that you're going to hear out there. I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. What I want for you to do is to go out there and learn something and let it open a loop. You may not, I don't know the answer. I don't know. But I'm not going to hurry up and close it real quick with whatever. Somebody give me something to deal with my uncertainty. I'm nervous. Fill my loop. And leave it open. Leave it open for the possibility that as you experience a little bit more each day, start looking into it a little bit more. Take the time, stay in the misery of uncertainty long enough till you form a comprehensive understanding of what you believe the truth to be, and is that in alignment with your values? That's what it comes down to. And because people don't seek truth and want to fill loops as quickly as possible, we get the insanity that we do today. We have all the craziness in health, doctors spreading their opinions, people not getting second opinions and then hurting themselves because they just take whatever med or whatever procedure one doctor says. We reads one research article and is now wearing 3 masks, and somebody else is wearing no mask, and they both think that they're wrong, and so it causes all this conflict. We don't need conflict. What we need is to be okay with uncertainty and then work together to come to a better understanding and let research over time tell us the truth upon which we can set the foundation of what we understand to be true. I hope this helps.